So if you've been wondering how to use your water from the dehumidifier, this video is for you. Hello everyone and welcome to the Plants But Better channel. Today's episode is related to the high humidity homes because during winter, especially in my home, I know that is not the case with everybody, but for me, the humidity is crazy high. And I have the hygrometer to tell you that right now I have 80% humidity in this studio, and that's a lot. 81 now. Nice. And since a very high humidity is not very healthy for humans in general, I have to use a dehumidifier. Let me show you. That could be a full body workout. I present you the monster that has helped me in the past 2 years, I think. I think I have this from 2020 or 19, something like that. And I know everybody's talking about high humidity for plants, but let's face it, you have to put yourself first because you are taking care of those plants, and high humidity, like 80% or higher, is not very healthy for your system. And that's why I needed to buy a dehumidifier. Have you ever wondered using your dehumidifier water for your plants? And I'm here to answer that question because sometimes it's very safe to use it and sometimes it's not a great idea. If you use your dehumidifier indoors and if it's for your bedroom, for example, and if your dehumidifier has a HEPA filter, then I think it's very safe to use it for your plants. The HEPA filter helps a lot in getting a very clear and clean water. And basically you get distilled water, which has 0 nutrients for plants. And that's why I would say to use your dehumidifier water and to mix it with tap water. Also, I would say it's safe to use your dehumidifier water if you use it right away and you don't let it sit in the water tank for too long. So as I've been saying, the water from the dehumidifier is similar with the distilled water, which has no nutrients for your plants. And if it lacks nutrients, you could use some fertilizer on your water. However, if your dehumidifier was used in a bad environment, like a moldy cellar or a haunted attic, I would definitely say not to use that water. That water could have a lot of bacteria. I mean, it has, especially if you don't use a HEPA filter. And as a rule of thumb, if the water smells a bit funky or if it has like a grayish color, like it's not, you could say, I mean, it's common sense. You could say that that's not great water. Just throw it away. That moldy water will actually do more harm than good because that's how your soil could go bad and it could get mold way easily. And unfortunately, mold is kind of the best environment for fungus gnats as well. So yeah, if it's moldy and if you don't use a HEPA filter, just throw it away, don't use it. If you're not entirely sure that the plants will react okay with water from the dehumidifier, you could test the water on less expensive plants first and get them used to it. Maybe, let's say you have a Syngonium, Podophyllum or a Golden Pothos and you don't mind experimenting on them. Try to see if those plants can manage this type of water. I did that at first until I saw that I got great results and my plants didn't get any type of problem. Let's just say your experiment turns a bit bad and your plant has a problem and you can confirm that it's from the dehumidifier water, then it's time to stop using it and maybe try to repurpose it for the mop bucket or something. You could still definitely use it for other purposes, but not for plants. Also, I know this is kind of obvious, but I have to say it. Please don't drink it and please don't use it for edible plants because you don't know for sure what type of materials they used for the system. Okay, I don't want to get too technical, but you don't know what kind of parts get in contact with the water, and for sure they are not food grade. So yeah, please be mindful of that. From my experience, I didn't have any problem using the dehumidifier water, but I'm curious to see if you also try to use the water for your plants and how did they react, if you have maybe better results with some plants or if you didn't have successful experiments. Please let me know in the comments. I'm really curious, and if more people are successful like that, I think this is a great solution to be less wasteful in our lives in general. So Let me know down below. As a conclusion, I would say if you have a crazy amount of humidity in your home, your plants will definitely thrive. That's a given. I mean, I have some aerial roots on some plants the size of my head. They are super long. But if you live in that environment for a very long time, especially if you sleep in a room with a crazy amount of humidity, that is definitely not healthy long term. So I would definitely recommend buying an electric dehumidifier, not that one that doesn't do jack shit, like this one. I had that one, it was useless, so I had to invest in another one. As for electric consumption, you could definitely find some options that don't consume a lot of electricity, and trust me, you will be happy for making this investment, especially long term. If you have any questions related to using the dehumidifier water on your day-to-day life, plant life, let me know in the comments. If you found this video useful, consider sharing it with your friends or subscribing for more plant-related content. And until next time, don't forget to take care of yourself and your plants.